If you're constantly texting first, planning dates around her schedule, and waiting for her approval, you've already lost her respect. And the worst part? You probably don't even realize you're doing it. I'm going to show you why confident men never chase women, the dark psychology behind why chasing kills attraction instantly, and most importantly, how to stop this behavior permanently. Because once you understand this, you'll never look at dating the same way again. By the end of this video, you'll understand the psychological trap that makes men chase and how to escape it, why chasing destroys attraction at a biological level, the exact mindset shift that makes women pursue you instead, and the 5 practical steps to stop chasing forever. This isn't feel-good advice. This is masculine psychology backed by evolutionary biology and real-world results. Let's get into it. Here's the uncomfortable truth most dating coaches won't tell you. The moment you start chasing a woman, you've already communicated that she's more valuable than you, and women are biologically wired to detect this instantly. Let me explain the psychology behind this. The scarcity mindset trap. When you chase, you're operating from scarcity. You're saying, I need this woman because I don't have other options. Your brain is in survival mode, treating her attention like oxygen. And here's what happens neurologically. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for rational decision-making, gets hijacked by your limbic system. You become emotionally reactive, needy, and desperate. Women can smell this from a mile away, not because they're cruel, but because evolution programmed them to seek men who have options. A man with options doesn't chase. He selects. The biological reality. From an evolutionary perspective, women are attracted to men who display high social value. Chasing behavior signals low social value. It says, I'm grateful you're giving me attention because I don't get it often. And this triggers her biological alarm system that says, this man is not genetically optimal. I know this sounds harsh, but understanding this is the first step to breaking free. Real-world example. Think about the last time you double-texted a woman who didn't respond. What were you feeling? Anxiety, fear of loss, neediness. Now think about how she probably perceived that behavior. Not as romantic persistence, but as desperation. The paradox is this. The more you chase, the less attractive you become. The less you chase, the more she wonders why you're different from every other guy. Now let's talk about the deeper issue. Why men chase in the first place. And this is where most guys get uncomfortable. Because the answer reveals something about your relationship with yourself. You're seeking external validation. When you chase a woman, you're not actually pursuing her. You're pursuing the feeling of being chosen. You're outsourcing your self-worth to her response. Every text you send is asking, am I good enough? Every date you plan is asking, do you approve of me? This is the validation trap, and it's destroying your masculine frame. What is masculine frame? Your frame is your internal reality, your values, your standards, your self-worth. A strong masculine frame means you know your value regardless of external validation. You don't need her to text back to feel good about yourself. You don't need her to say yes to feel worthy. Confident men have an unshakable frame. They operate from abundance, not scarcity. They think, I'm a high-value man. If she doesn't see that, she's not the right woman for me. Notice the difference? It's not arrogance, it's self-respect. The neediness death spiral. Here's what happens when you chase from a place of neediness. You text her constantly seeking validation. She senses your neediness and pulls back. You panic and chase harder. She loses all attraction and ghosts you. You blame women instead of fixing the root cause. This cycle repeats until you understand the fundamental truth. Attraction cannot be negotiated. You cannot logic, beg, or chase your way into a woman's heart. You can only create attraction by being the kind of man who doesn't need to chase. Women are attracted to emotional independence. When you chase, you're demonstrating emotional dependence. You're saying my emotional state depends on your response. This is the opposite of masculine energy. Masculine energy is self-contained. It doesn't seek. It doesn't need. It simply is. And that magnetic presence is what creates genuine attraction. How to identify if you're in the validation trap? Ask yourself these questions honestly. Do you check your phone constantly waiting for her text? Do you feel anxious when she doesn't respond quickly? Do you change your plans to accommodate her schedule? Do you feel like you need to earn her interest? Do you feel worse about yourself when she's distant? If you answered yes to any of these, you're seeking validation. And that's okay. Awareness is the first step to change. So if chasing comes from scarcity and neediness, what's the alternative? The abundance mentality. And this is where everything changes. What is abundance mentality? Abundance mentality means you genuinely believe you have multiple options and opportunities with high-quality women. Not because you're arrogant, but because you've built a life that naturally attracts them. Here's the key distinction. Abundance isn't about having 10 women texting you right now. It's about knowing that if this woman walks away, you'll be fine. You'll meet others. You'll survive. You'll thrive. This internal certainty changes everything about how you show up. The confidence shift. When you operate from abundance, you don't panic when she doesn't text back. You don't rearrange your life for her attention. You don't tolerate disrespect or games. You don't chase. You invite her into your world. Notice how this behavior communicates high value. You're not saying, pick me. You're saying, I'm building something great. You're welcome to join if you meet my standards. How to build genuine abundance. This isn't about faking confidence or playing games. It's about actually becoming the high-value man who has options. Step 1. Build your mission. Stop making women your primary focus. What's your purpose? Your career goals? Your fitness journey? Your creative projects? Confident men chase their mission, not women. Women are attracted to men on a mission because it signals ambition, drive, and future success. Step 2. Develop multiple areas of your life. Don't let your entire emotional state depend on one woman. Invest in friendships, hobbies, skills, health. When your life is full and rich, losing one woman doesn't devastate you. This isn't backup plans. It's building a life worth living. Step 3. Actually meet more women. You can't have abundance mentality if you never talk to women. Go to social events, join clubs, use dating apps strategically. The goal isn't to date everyone. It's to know you have options. This removes the scarcity panic. Step 4. Raise your standards. Abundant men are selective. They don't chase every woman who shows interest. They evaluate, does she meet my standards? Is she adding value to my life? This flip in perspective is crucial, the paradox of abundance. Here's what's wild. The moment you genuinely stop needing women's validation, they become more attracted to you. Why? Because you're now displaying all the traits of a high-value man: self-sufficiency, emotional control, selectivity, purpose. You're not chasing because you don't need to. And that confidence is magnetic. Now let's talk about the most powerful mindset shift you can make: outcome independence. This is the difference between confident men and desperate men. What is outcome independence? Outcome independence means you're not attached to any specific result with a woman. You're not invested in whether she texts back, says yes to a date, or falls in love with you. You're simply showing up authentically and letting the chips fall where they may. This doesn't mean you don't care. It means you don't need a specific outcome to feel good about yourself. Why this is magnetic. Women are constantly testing men for neediness. Every time she doesn't text back immediately, every time she's slightly distant, every time she mentions another guy, she's watching your reaction. Needy men panic. They chase harder. They seek reassurance. Outcome-independent men, they don't flinch. They maintain their frame. They continue living their lives. Guess which behavior creates attraction? The psychology of detachment. Here's the counterintuitive truth. The less you need her, the more she wants you. This isn't manipulation. It's human psychology. We value what we have to work for. We chase what moves away from us. When you're outcome independent, you're not playing hard to get. You genuinely are hard to get because you have standards and options. How to practice outcome. Independence, in texting, send a message and forget about it. Don't check constantly for her response. Don't double text out of anxiety. If she doesn't respond, move on with your day in dating. Suggest plans once. If she's wishy-washy, withdraw attention. Don't try to convince her to like you. Be willing to walk away if she's disrespectful. Focus on whether you like her, not the reverse. In relationships, don't tolerate bad behavior out of fear of losing her. Maintain your boundaries and standards. Be willing to end things if they're not working. Your happiness doesn't depend on her staying the ultimate frame. Outcome. Independence is the ultimate masculine frame. It says, I'm a high-value man living a great life. You can join me or not. Either way, I'll be fine. This isn't coldness or indifference. It's self-respect, and self-respect is the foundation of genuine confidence. Real-world application: next time you're about to chase, stop. Ask yourself, am I doing this from abundance or scarcity? Am I outcome independent or needy? If the answer is scarcity or neediness, don't do it. Wait until you can act from a place of genuine confidence and detachment. This discipline rewires your brain over time. You start defaulting to outcome independence instead of chasing. All right, let's bring this all together with 5 concrete steps you can implement immediately to stop chasing and start attracting. Step 1. The 48-hour rule. When you meet a woman or get her number, wait 48 hours before reaching out. This does 2 things. It prevents you from acting out of excitement and neediness, and it demonstrates you're not desperately available. Use this time to genuinely get busy with your life. Step 2. Match her investment level. If she texts you once a day, you text once a day. If she takes 3 hours to respond, you take 3 hours. Don't be the guy who's always more invested. This isn't game playing. It's respecting yourself enough to not overinvest in someone who's underinvesting in you. Step 3. The one-strike rule. Suggest plans once. If she flakes, is vague, or doesn't commit, withdraw your attention completely. Don't chase, don't ask again, don't try to convince her. A woman who's genuinely interested will make time. A woman who's not will give excuses. Respect yourself enough to only pursue women who show clear interest. Step 4. Build your life aggressively. This is the most important step. Spend 80% of your energy on your mission, career, fitness, skills, and friendships. Spend only 20% on dating. When your life is genuinely full and exciting, you won't have time or energy to chase. Women will sense this shift immediately. You'll go from guy who needs me to guy who has a life I want to be part of. Start today. What's one area of your life you've been neglecting? Your physique? Your career skills? Your social circle? Attack it with the same energy you've been wasting on chasing women who don't reciprocate. Step 5. Practice walking away. This is the hardest but most powerful skill. When a woman shows consistent disrespect, flakiness, or low interest, walk away completely. No explanation needed. No dramatic exit. Just withdraw your attention and move on. This builds your self-respect muscle and trains you to only accept high-quality treatment. Every time you walk away from bad behavior, you reinforce your abundance mentality. You're literally rewiring your brain to value yourself more than any woman's validation. The transformation timeline. Week 1-2. This will feel uncomfortable. You'll want to chase. Your brain will scream at you to text her. Resist. This is the withdrawal phase from validation addiction. Week 3-4. You'll start noticing women responding differently to your energy. They'll sense something has changed. Some will reach out to you first. Some will test you harder. Stay the course. Month 2-3. Outcome independence becomes natural. You genuinely stop caring about specific outcomes. A woman doesn't text back. You don't even notice because you're busy building your empire. Month 4+. You've become the confident man who never chases. Women notice and respond accordingly. You'll have more genuine interest from higher quality women than you ever did when you were chasing. This isn't a quick fix. It's a complete identity shift from scarcity to abundance, from neediness to self-respect, from chasing to attracting. And it's worth every uncomfortable moment. Let's bring this home. Confident men never chase because they understand the fundamental psychology of attraction. Chasing signals low value and scarcity. It destroys attraction at a biological level. This isn't opinion. It's evolutionary psychology. The root cause is the validation trap, seeking external approval instead of building internal self-worth. The solution is abundance mentality and outcome independence. These aren't just concepts, they're the foundation of masculine power. You stop chasing by implementing the 5 steps, the 48-hour rule, matching investment levels, the 1-strike rule, building your life aggressively, and practicing walking away. These aren't tricks or games, they're self-respect in action. This isn't about manipulating women. It's about respecting yourself enough to only pursue women who show genuine interest and meet your standards. You're the selector, not the selected. Here's your 30-day challenge. For the next 30 days, commit to zero chasing behavior. No double texting, no convincing, no rearranging your life for women who aren't investing in you. Focus on your mission. Build your life. Become outcome independent. Track how women respond to this new energy. I guarantee you'll see a shift. Not because you're playing games, but because you've become genuinely more attractive. If this video challenged your thinking about masculine psychology and dating, subscribe to this channel. We explore uncomfortable truths about modern masculinity every week. No surface-level advice, no feel-good nonsense. Just raw psychology that actually works. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's the biggest chasing behavior you're going to stop immediately? Be brutally honest with yourself. That's where growth starts. And remember, you're not chasing women anymore. You're building a life so valuable that high-quality women want to be part of it. That's the difference between boys and men. Stay strong, stay focused, and never chase. I'll see you in the next video.